Hi, welcome back. This is Chef Vicky Ratnani. Welcome to my kitchen. We're going to make a very beautiful recipe which I normally love to cook and eat. So I'm going to be making a fantastic dal gosht. For me, this is one of the most comforting, most amazing meals. Everybody has their own style of making their meat and their dal. I follow a method which I combine a bit of the way we cook our Sindhi meat along with friends and families who lived in Hyderabad, in Bhopal, in Delhi, so various places. So, har ghar ka dal gosht hota hai, as they say. Okay, full mutton, about 500 to 600 grams. I've got tur dal, mung dal, chana dal, all three dals. Now it is a bit of a ceremonial process. Time lagta hai, lekin only if you have time you make it. Otherwise, save it for another day. I am using the pressure cooker. Normally I would let it go cook for hours, but it's all good. So for my dal gosht ka masala, I've got with me 2 to 3 bay leaves here. I've got some dagad phool or stone flower, and I've got some badi ilaichi, choti ilaichi, saunf, long, black peppercorns, roughly about 15 to 20 grams of each spice maximum, yeah. And you will have a detailed recipe in your description, so do check it out. We are going to drop these in here. I'm going to grind it up now. Wow, that's what I call smoking hot. Wow, this is just delicious. I mean, there are some spices which you get the flavor. Once you get the aroma, it just takes you to places, to people, to a different time zone. I've got my dal gosht ka masala. So we've made about 50 to 70 grams of this masala. I'm going to be using most of it, but agar thoda bach jata hai, don't worry. Spices last well, provided you keep them in a cool, dry place. एक छोटी सी डिबिया में डाल के रख सकते हो, लेबल करके दाल गोश्त का मसाला, and you can use it for anything, Even if you want to do a biryani, you can even use this. You want to make a paneer ki curry, you can do this. You can flavor your rice with it, flavor your dals with it. Choice hai, you want to marinate it, you can marinate it, but it's no big deal if you don't marinate it, because this is going to be cooking with so many beautiful spices and the dals and the pyaz and the tomatoes and the works. So we're pretty good with that. Pressure cooker on. Everybody is wondering, this pressure cooker is a big story to me. It was given to be a surprise gift by my wife and daughter when we were in Amritsar. Can you believe it? कोई लोगों को pressure cooker भी मिलते हैं birthday present के लिए. First things first is I've got about 3 to 4 medium sliced onions. So I would say roughly, if I'm using 500 grams of mutton or any protein like chicken, I'll be using almost the same amount of onions. Okay, it's almost equal. You have to really bhunao your meat along with your onions, chilies, ginger, garlic, so that it gets a really nice sear. Achhi coating ho jati hai usko. So the bhunawing and the coloring is the most important step when you're cooking any kind of meat or a curry. Okay. So these are turning a little bit of lightish brown. In this, I'm going to be adding a nice big pinch of cumin, to which I'm going to be adding about 2 mirchis. So once these start getting a nice light brown color, they start getting translucent here. I've got a nice shoulder cut meat, a bit from the shoulder, a bit from the sina. The bones are going to give it a really nice body. The fat is also going to give a lot of flavor. So abhi hum ise achhi tarah bhunenge. So I've got 2 tablespoons of garlic. I've got about 2 tablespoons of chopped ginger here. Now while we are bhunawing this, I'm going to add about 50 grams of our dal gosht ka masala in this, and then continue bhunawing this. A teaspoon of red chili powder, 1.5 spoons of coriander, and I've got a teaspoon of jeera powder. I'm going to throw in a little bit of curry leaves in this. We're going to be adding some tomatoes in this. We're going to be adding about a cup of yogurt, 70 to 80 grams of plain yogurt. is the time to add our dal. So I've got our soaked moong dal here, masoor dal, and I've got chana dal here. So some final seasoning, salt to taste. Then we're going to be adding about 750 mils to a liter of water. You're going to make sure that there is enough water for the dals to cook. About 7 to 8 whistles, I would say about 40 minutes, and our dal gosht will be beautifully ready. Until then, let's not waste our time. Let's start with my bagare chawal. Now, for the bagare chawal, okay, this is basically a beautiful flavored rice. Bagare means tempering, so literally it's like tempered rice, okay. So I've got about 50 to 60 grams of ghee, which I'm adding here. Along with that, sliced onions, which I've just done here. We've got our onions, हमने lightly brown कर लिया है. Now for some spices, 1 stick of cinnamon, about 8 to 10 peppercorns, a blade of mace, javitri, एक दो star anise, badi and choti ilaichi. And next, I'm going to be adding some water to this. So I added about almost like a liter and a little more of water. And look, that's the reason why it's called bagar ke chawal, because I've already put the tempering and the spices in the rice. We've had about 6 whistles. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn the pressure down a little bit. थोड़ा सा flame कम कर देते हैं हम. I would give this in about 10 minutes, and I can double check one more time, because remember, when you're using the pressure cooker, you have to be a little careful. So once I switch this off, I'm going to literally let the cooker naturally release its pressure. Let me just taste the water to see. As you can see, it's got a very nice, lovely color to this. Right amount of salt. And also what I like to do here is I like to add half a lemon to this as well, including a little bit of lemon juice. And it gives a very nice, fresh, fragrant. So I'm going to be dropping my rice in here. Give this a little shake. If you ask me, आपने पानी कितना डाला है? So literally, if you put your finger inside or you put a stick about 1.5 inches above the level of rice, that is your perfect measuring. So I'm going to let this come to a boil, come to a simmer, and then once the water starts evaporating, I'm going to turn it down, और इसको automatically अच्छी दम लग जाएंगे. This, I'm going to give it another couple of minutes, switch it off, and see how the mutton is going, how the dal is cooked off. In my opinion, it should be ready, and then we do a final tasting, final tempering, and हमारा bagare chawal and dal gosht is ready. अच्छी खिले हुए चावल, nice and moist, beautiful. So I'm just going to let this stay a little moist. I've got a little bit of some orange color which I'm adding, orange food color, just a little bit, just to give that whole festive vibe in the rice. Sprinkle a little bit of saffron in here, beautiful, to give that fantastic color and a lot of flavor as well. I'm going to shut this. Chawal is ready. We need to do a little bit of tempering on there. I'm going to be adding some brown onions to this. They finish their dal gosht with a little bit of lemon. You can also serve the lemon on the side. That's what I prefer doing. Sometimes I do, मैं थोड़ी इमली का पानी डालता हूँ उसमें, which is also a really good idea. Oh yes! Wow, look at that color, consistency, perfect. So you don't want to make it too thin. You want it slightly thicker. So you're enjoying the dal with pieces of meat. The meat is almost like off the bone types. Now इसके लिए एक सही तड़का बनाएंगे. Garlic, some chilies. So we've got our ghee melting. I also have some fried onions for our rice and our dal gosht. I was talking to you about slightly sourness, that I like to serve a lemon on the side, which I do along with some French mint leaves. Another way to balance the sweet sourness is a little bit of tamarind chutney, which I like to put to give that really nice souring effect. I also have some fresh mint leaves, which I'm going to be adding in right now for that lovely freshness. And for our tadka now, okay, I have some garlic here. We're going to do some jeera, chopped garlic. We're going to do some dried red chilies and definitely a spoon of chili powder along with a little bit of salt for our amazing tadka. इसको हल्का सा हम फ्राई कर देते हैं इसी तरह. The garlic is really nicely caramelizing here. मिर्चियाँ भी अच्छी फ्राई हो रही है. Okay. Oh yes. So we have our lovely Tadkaya, wow, oh my god. Oof, next level. Then we're going to be adding some fried onions in here and going to switch this off. और हमारा दाल गोश्त and bagare chawal ready. It's time to plate it up. Wow, look at that gorgeous dal gosht. Beautiful. Nice. Meat falling off the bone. Dal's not really mushy, just cooked just perfectly. Soft, great fragrant spices coming through. I mean, I'm quite really happy with my dal gosht. I hope you are. Waiting for all your comments, your feedback. We have some fried onions on the top here, and we have our chawal here now, which I'm going to reach out to. Oh yeah, that is so good. I mean, there's something about this rice. For sure, do like, do share, do subscribe. Dal gosht and bagare chawal, boom, ready. If you love this recipe, do like, do share, do subscribe. Any comments, I'm really happy to listen to you. Any new ideas, anything what you want to learn, anything you want to teach me, this is an open forum. Until then, buon appetito.